Tropical depression Fred continues churning toward the Gulf, but will we see any impacts from the storm? It's possible. Our meteorologist Jennifer Lammers has the very latest with the track of Fred. So Jen, really, what are we expecting locally right now?
Yeah, so right now we continue just to look at the potential impacts to be some of that rough surf and also some of those breezy winds. But we did just get a new advisory from the National Hurricane Center, and it's really hard to locate where Fred is. Fred right now is encountering just some portions of Cuba there, but those sustained winds at this last advisory still at 35 miles per hour. That movement still west-northwest at 12 miles per hour. Now, this is where we're going to start to see in the upper wind field, just where you can start to see where that center low is still just slightly there. Again, you can hardly place this with all of just the showers around it too. The biggest change to this 4 p.m. advisory is going to be that track. Still expecting it to regain that strength into the tropical storm, but it's going to be heading into the overnight hours for Friday into Saturday morning. And then after that, starting to move into the Gulf, those sustained winds getting up to about 50 miles per hour. But then that biggest change is going to be a weaker tropical storm at that landfall. Now, no major changes to that shift. This cone is still very wide at this time, so we are still included in that. Keep that in mind, although we are on the better side of it. This is going to be a better case scenario for us here locally, even areas being directly impacted by it. A weak tropical storm at that, heading further on into Monday morning would be that landfall. But let's go ahead and look at just some of those models that we continue just to keep an eye on. Still tracking just north of Cuba. And then from there, that's where models start to get in a little bit of a disagreement. And that's because Fred is so hard to place at this time, so weak. That's one reason why the models start to meander just a little bit after that and get into that disagreement. But coming up in just a little bit, we're going to talk more about Fred, run through some of those models, and also focus on your Friday forecast, all coming up soon. Shelby.